Subterranean Secrets. Our recon team, known as Phantom, was a specialized unit within the government's intelligence department. We were trained to explore, investigate, and handle high-stakes situations in remote and dangerous locations. Our work often led us to classified sites, where we performed covert operations and gathered critical intelligence for our superiors. When we received the order to travel to Greece, we couldn't help but feel a mix of excitement and apprehension. As the leader of this highly skilled group, I was tasked with assembling a team to investigate a rumored, massive cave system discovered through cutting-edge ground-penetrating imaging. The intelligence suggested that these caves might contain valuable information or artifacts that could be of national importance. I chose 4 of the best explorers for the mission: John, a seasoned caver and ex-Navy SEAL with extensive knowledge of subterranean environments; Sarah, a communications specialist and former Army Ranger with a knack for geological analysis; Mike, a meticulous cartographer and Air Force veteran with a photographic memory; and Alex, my trusted friend and second-in-command, who had been by my side on countless missions. Upon arrival in Greece, we set up a discreet base camp near the cave entrance, taking care to remain undetected by locals. We conducted a final equipment check, ensuring our night vision goggles, climbing gear, and communication devices were in working order before venturing into the cave. The first day was spent delving deeper into the complex network of tunnels, mapping out the system, and marveling at the spectacular rock formations. We reported our findings back to headquarters via encrypted satellite communication, but nothing we discovered seemed particularly extraordinary. Until night fell. As we set up a temporary base within the cave, we began to experience odd occurrences. At first, it was just an eerie feeling of being watched. The air felt heavy, and we couldn't shake the sensation that something was amiss. We dismissed it as the natural uneasiness that comes from being in an unfamiliar environment. However, as the hours passed, the unsettling feeling intensified. We heard strange whispers echoing through the tunnels, and we noticed our equipment malfunctioning. Our radios emitted bursts of static and interference, making communication with headquarters impossible. John was the first to disappear. We had ventured into a chamber filled with stalactites and stalagmites, their jagged edges casting sinister shadows on the walls. John, always the bravest of us, went ahead to scout the area. Moments later, we heard a blood-curdling scream, and by the time we reached him, all we found was his helmet, cracked in 2, and a pool of blood on the cave floor. Next was Sarah. As we proceeded deeper into the cave, she began to complain of whispers in her ear, though none of us could hear them. Her behavior grew increasingly erratic, and that night, she wandered off into the darkness, ignoring our calls for her to return. We followed her trail of discarded gear, only to find her lifeless body suspended in paracord, her eyes wide open in terror. Mike's demise came suddenly. While attempting to decipher cryptic symbols on the cave walls, he let out a shriek and started convulsing violently. His body contorted in ways that seemed impossible, as if an unseen force was twisting him from within. We tried to help, but it was too late. He died in agony, his face frozen in a silent scream. Only 2 of us remained, myself and Alex. While trying to make our way back out of the cave system, we stumbled upon a massive, ancient chamber, and at the end of the room, we found a door. Adorned with symbols that seemed to pulsate with an otherworldly energy. The door emitted a strange, eerie glow, and we could sense a powerful force emanating from it. It was clear that this door was not of this world. With determination fueled by fear and the memories of our fallen teammates, Alex and I cautiously approached the door. The symbols on the door began to emit an ominous humming sound, like the chanting of a long-forgotten ritual. As we reached out to touch the door, the ground beneath us started to tremble, and the cave walls groaned, as if protesting our intrusion. Before we knew it, the chamber was filled with a dense, suffocating fog that obscured our vision and made it difficult to breathe. In the swirling mists, we saw horrifying apparitions of our lost friends, their faces contorted in pain and terror. The door began to emit an even brighter glow, and a powerful, ancient voice boomed throughout the chamber. It demanded to know why we had trespassed upon its sacred ground. We explained that we had been sent to explore the cave system, seeking answers to its mysterious origins. The voice seemed to consider our explanation, and then it offered us a chilling ultimatum. In exchange for our lives, one of us would have to remain in the cave, forever bound to the darkness. With a heavy heart, I volunteered to stay, but Alex, ever the loyal and selfless friend, insisted that he would take my place. We argued, but ultimately, I couldn't dissuade him from his decision. I watched, heartbroken, as Alex stepped up, standing in front of the ancient door. The dense, suffocating fog that filled the chamber suddenly coiled around Alex, the tendrils snaking around his neck and constricting tightly. He struggled against the malevolent force, his eyes wide with terror as he gasped for breath. I rushed to his aid, trying desperately to free him from the grasp of the fog, but it was as if it was alive and intent on ending my friend's life. No matter how hard I tried, the fog only tightened its grip, its tendrils growing more and more relentless. With a final, gut-wrenching scream, Alex's body went limp, the fog releasing him as his lifeless form crumpled to the ground. The voice fell silent, and the door's eerie glow faded, leaving me alone in the now silent chamber. As I lay there, on the cold, unforgiving cave floor, I felt a sudden, overwhelming urge to sleep. My vision blurred, and my body went numb, as if some unseen force was urging me to surrender to unconsciousness. With my last ounce of strength, I fought against the darkness, but ultimately, I couldn't resist its pull. When I awoke, I found myself lying at the entrance of the cave, the warm sunlight streaming down on me. The cave entrance had disappeared, replaced by solid rock as if it had never existed. The horrors and secrets of the cave, along with my team, were now sealed away, hidden from the world. I made my way back to civilization. I reported to the government that the rest of the team had died in a cave collapse, never mentioning the ancient door, the spirits, or the nightmarish events that had transpired within the cave. The truth would remain hidden, and I would be forever haunted by the memories of our ill-fated expedition and the terrible price my teammates and friend had paid for my survival. Thanks for watching. If you enjoyed this story, leave a like and subscribe to stay up to date with our latest content.